service home buyers and home sellers throughout Boston, the South Shore, the South Coast, and Cape Cod. Our firm takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my co-host Melissa Wallace and I will provide you with my team's unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We value the experience of our agents at Boston Connect Real Estate so much that not only will you hear my perspective on real estate topics, occasionally you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of our experienced agents at Boston Connect Real Estate. Be a part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you like to listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with me at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate.
And hello to all our South Shore neighbors. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I am joined live and in studio by my fabulous co-host, Sharon McNamara.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. It sounds like I have a frog in my throat, and I think I have to do a little adjusting. Do I sound a little low?
I don't know. Yeah. A little bit.
I feel like gremlins come into our studio in the middle of the night, and they just sort of mess around with some stuff.
Well, I was trying to set Faith Birmingham, who's a full-time realtor here at Boston Connect Real Estate, up on one of the computers down here. She was working on a project for you. And I at first it wasn't working, and I literally quoted you, and I said, "There's Sharon says there's gremlins that come in the middle of the night," and then I go, or it was probably the fact that she poured her coffee all over the desk the other day.
Oh yes, I did do that,
but I did get it to work.
I didn't pour it. Let's be clear on that.
That is true. You spilled it because pouring is intentional.
Yeah, I did not. I like to pour myself a glass of wine. I like to pour myself, a glass of milk to go with cookies. But I did not purposefully pour my coffee all over the keyboard. You could hear me upstairs, though.
I go, what is going on down there? You're like, I spilled my coffee.
Yeah, what a day. What a day.
But yeah, no.
Can't cry over spilt coffee.
No. Although I would, though. I totally would. I'm needing it this morning.
I have to tell you, I just looked at it as it was happening. I was like, oh, good grief, Charlie Brown. But we also have the one and only Tim in-house with us this morning. He's over at WATD Studio. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going all right.
Yeah. It's a little gloomy day. Raining.
Yeah.
It was raining yesterday or last night, and it's raining the other day. It's a lot of rain.
Yeah. Oh, just wait till the end of next week. We might have something else besides rain.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Say it isn't so.
What?
I say it's so, and there's one more letter in that word. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That would be fabulous for our event, though.
Yeah. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Yeah.
But
we'll see.
We'll see.
The crystal ball can change because we still got to get through,
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I know.
And speaking of Thanksgiving, we're going to be talking about things to be grateful for.
Yeah, there are so many things to be grateful for, right?
Not just in real estate, but in life because, hey, this is our show and we can talk about whatever we want, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But if you do want to talk about real estate, you have time until 8:30 because we are going to have a special guest joining us today. And she started as my client, and then her and her husband have, I think, become friends. I mean, we don't hang out or anything, but I would put them in the friend category, right? A little bit more than an acquaintance, but certainly, we're, not hanging out. But to be quite honest, don't take offense to that to any of my friends out there because I don't have time to even have dinner myself. So it's been a little busy.
Been a little busy.
Yeah, the new construction is... we got like 6 under agreement, and I like to say I'm down one man, but she's a woman who had a man.
Yeah.
And you've been a super, super help as well. And honestly, as I was on my way here today, and I think about gratitude and I think about the things I'm grateful for, you are definitely at the top of that list, Melissa. So
thank you.
Not only do I love you dearly, I really am truly, truly appreciative and grateful for you. And
ditto.
Yeah. So there I am. So we can end the show now.
And I'm more than a friend. I'm like
Yes,
a daughter.
Yes, you are. You are definitely like the daughter. So, but to all of our listeners, we are on WATD, of course, but you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Live. If you want to see us and wave to us, we'd love that. Send us some messages that way too, because we are on StreamYard, so we can see all of your messages. I'd love to hear from people. Just we won't even say your name, because if you don't want us to, that's fine. Just tell us what you're grateful for this year, and we'll say some comments as they're coming up. Here comes Dee. Good morning, ladies. A little late today, yes, so we have to find out what she is grateful for. If you do have any questions about real estate, certainly this is Talk Real Estate Roundtable. The first 15 minutes of our show today, we are happy to talk about that, but at 8:30 we are going to have Anne Barry Jolles join us. So super excited about that. I thought about it last week during the show, and since I have her digits, I just texted her and said, hey, will you do the show with us next week? And she said, of course.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So
yes. So she's joining
she's
us.
really, really famous now.
Oh, she is? Wow.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, she's like the real deal. I mean, she's always been the real deal in my eyes, but saw her on Channel 5 News the other day. And yeah, she's going to explain to us everything about the Grace Trail. I gave you a hint about that last week. She's also the author of, I believe, 2 at least books that I'm aware of. And then she has the Grace Trail where you can do your own. So she'll definitely be talking to us about that and how it has expanded, started in Plymouth, and she's going to give us our whole story. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with all of you as we embrace the holiday season. Thursday is Thanksgiving.
I know. How crazy. It's crazy.
I'm guessing if any of my family members are listening, I'm guessing I'm hosting because I haven't gotten an invite anywhere. So I guess that would be me again this year.
Yep, I think that's right, Sharon.
Everyone's waiting for an invitation from you.
Where are her invitations? We're not sending them out. We're going over there.
Oh gosh,
Exactly.
that's so funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, you might want to get on that. Figure out. We're going to Rhode Island. So
Fun.
yeah.
Fun. Awesome. So, okay, where do you want to start for this first 15 minutes?
Well, you did say that you were grateful for me.
Yes.
I am very much grateful for you. But what's something that, we wanted to talk about gratitude. And I think that even during a lot of our real, and I hate to call them real estate transactions because it is like helping a family and helping people. And that's what we love so much about it. And there's just so many stops along somebody's journey where we can feel their gratitude and we have gratitude for them. And I want to just talk about maybe the gratitude that we have for our clients and how we try to give back in that sense too.
Yeah, and I think that is really important, and I think that that's what sort of attracts, our clients to us is sort of that, genuine
relation.
Yeah, the relationship of wanting to, really help people. For me, it isn't about selling a house, it's about helping a family, and I've been saying that for years. And I do think that does come across. And it's interesting too, because as I've been thinking of different things, and I've been saying different things, and I've actually said it on the air before we even decided about this show, going through different processes in life, I think happen to us on purpose. And yesterday, boy, oh boy, I was in T-Mobile. I don't know if I filled you in on this, but so I'm buying my dad, I bought my dad this dementia style phone. It's called RAS Mobility or something, and it's compatible with all the different carriers. So I went into T-Mobile, and I want to say, the staff is great. I mean, they're wonderful. I have nothing bad to say about them. The frustration level that I have is beyond belief because, I tried to set up the phone. I had to get a SIM. Went in there a couple nights ago. There was this wonderful man that helped me, got the SIM, did it, went home, tried to put this thing together, put his phone together. It's easy because he just has to, he'll see, our faces on the front of it. I showed it to you this morning. And then I called customer service. I was like, I have to put a data plan on this. He doesn't have a data plan because he has a flip phone. Oh, okay, you're an authorized user. Yep, we can do that. What's the PIN? Crickets. I have no idea. I tried 12 different things. I just don't know what it is. And, I can't call him. I have his phone,
Yeah.
so he doesn't know, and he wouldn't remember anyway. So like, I'm not going to put that type of pressure on him to remember a PIN that he did 10 years ago. So can't get the PIN. They said, all right, don't worry about it. You can go into the store. You can just show them your license again. They'll be able to call customer service. We'll be able to give the PIN. We'll be able to change the PIN. I get in there. They're like, no, we can't do that. You're an authorized user, but only the primary user can change the PIN. And I had a breakdown. I'm not going to lie.
Well, so they expected you to take your dad out for the day? And
take him. I mean, it's not an easy process.
yeah, no.
You know what I mean? And get this. Okay, I'll get to that part. So I was like, so let me get this straight. I can take this man off of life support, but I cannot change his PIN at T-Mobile.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
a good point.
I was like, just say that out loud and feel how ridiculous it is. Well, we want to, we have protections in place for fraud. And I go, I 100% get it. I was like, but I think that there has to be a movement to make some changes in some of these things when we have seniors who are getting older and children, adult children, myself, 56 years old, trying to take care of them in the best capacity.
Yeah.
I was like, I am an authorized user. I'm also the one that pays the bill.
Yeah. How about I'm the one who pays the bill every month?
I'm the one that pays the bill. So seriously, like, I was so upset about it, and I said, I know. So my response was, and then you know what? It was almost like an episode of What Would You Do?
Yeah.
Because there was another gentleman there, and he walked over, and he was like, I feel for you. He's like, I'm going through the same thing with my father. It's not easy. The early stages of dementia, and yeah, I have to tell you, early stages of dementia equates to purgatory in my Catholic eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So yeah. Look at Dee said, I'm so grateful for the two of you and how much I have learned from you. Well, Dee, we are grateful for you being an avid listener every week. Yeah, so that's what I said to them. But then as I was leaving, I said, listen, everybody here, you are all fantastic. I just want to let you know, like, I have to take this lesson as this didn't happen to me. It happened for me. So I can be better for other people in the future. And I really do feel as if there is something in my future that is going to be working directly with families of seniors to help them through these processes. Because I'll tell you, being on the phone for hours at a time is not easy to do.
No.
It is not easy to do, especially if you
work full plus time.
Yeah, if you're working in an office setting where you can't make phone calls during the day, you have to get, the kids here or there or whatever. Yeah, I get it. Just call me because, hey, I'm no therapist, but Anne Barry Jolles is. But that's how I have to look at life now.
Yeah.
Like, this didn't happen to me. It happened for me. I'm going to trust that there is a message behind this. So I would say that that's where I have to, I know that Anne will tell me that's where I'm sort of pausing and taking a moment to maybe reflect on what it is. Yeah.
But I think that that's true because, we've talked about a lot this year about where you're at in your career and sort of the demographic that you've been helping. And I think that that's just adds another layer. You've always worked by referral, and our agents here at Boston Connect Real Estate work by referral, and we're relationship based. And I think that brings it another layer and another level to say, like, hey, like, to be human to human, and I think there's a lot of like robotic like relationships, I'm air quoting, you can see me live, out there, and we just don't operate like that. And just helping in any capacity, it's not just about real estate. We don't think that it's just about real estate. It's you're helping a human being, and
that's really what I do love about. I honestly have to tell you, if I didn't transact real estate the way that I transact real estate, I don't know that I could be in real estate. So, and I know that this sounds hokey. Truly, I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by helping people, right? Like, I've always said that. And if I had to think of things differently, I don't know that I would be as, successful in my career as I have been, so. Anyways, that's all about gratitude. 781-837-4900. If you want to call in, tell us about your gratitude this year. We'd love to hear from you. And if you have a question about real estate, of course, we can take that too, considering this is a real estate show. Tim, how about you? You want to share, or you like to be private? Oh, he might have stepped away for a minute. He would probably.
I did step away. I'm sorry. What was the question?
I was like, what are you grateful for this year? Unless you want to be private and not share.
Oh,
Unless you have
I'm
more
grateful for many things, but before I go, we got a text in from Matt in Pembroke, one of our right whale guys, Matt Delaney, I think is his name. Anyway, says, good morning. He is grateful for his 10 girls.
10 girls.
Yep.
Wow.
Says, my wife, 4 daughters, and 5 granddaughters, and I don't want to forget my grandson.
Wow.
Thanks from Matt.
Oh, Matt,
wow.
that just gave me
Yeah.
goosebumps.
I know.
I love that. You know what I love? I love a man that loves his family and like announces it and
Yeah.
and just like proclaims it to the world. Like
Yeah.
that's like the most attractive quality in any man that I have ever met.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know?
they call a green flag.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
You know, like a red
Oh,
flag.
yeah, yeah.
It's a green flag. That's a green flag man.
Oh, I never heard that before, but I like it. So Matt's a green flag man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
We love that. Yeah. 10 girls. Wow. God bless you.
Yeah, I know. But you know
And
what,
one
though?
boy.
Think about
One
this.
boy.
He will always be taken care of.
Yeah.
His family will always be surrounding him because I feel like for the most part, family members tend to go
So
to
nurturing.
come to where, mom is. So with the girls anyway. So, that's exciting, Matt. Well, we're grateful for
Rich
for
in
you too.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
that.
Yeah. What about you, Tim? Anything?
Oh, well, I'm of course I'm grateful. If I wasn't grateful, I don't. For one thing, I don't think I'd be here. I'm grateful for my little, I call it my paid hobby here at WATD. I've been here for 24 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a long time. Seen a lot of changes, but
I've been with you for a majority of them.
yes, you have.
We have grown old together.
Yeah, and I've seen shows come and go, and hosts go, and particularly, not to bring everybody down, but did you ever listen to A Feast of Irish Music with Seamus Mulligan?
Probably, I'm sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, he was here for I don't know how long, but then the boys up in Boston at WROL talked to him, and so he moved up there. But sadly, he passed away last Sunday
Oh.
at the age of 89.
Wow, what a great life, right?
Yes.
Bet you it was that wonderful, like, wholesome Irish music that kept him
Oh,
going.
yeah, and also, but he'd have these little quirky, kind of funny songs in there too. Yeah, it was a lot of Daniel O'Donnell and the Irish tenors, but once in a while he'd pop something else in there, and all these great stories he'd have in history of Ireland.
Yeah.
But anyways, I digress. Rest in peace, Seamus. But I'm
Yes.
grateful for my family. I'm grateful for Joel. I'm grateful for my health and
Yeah.
and just and my life.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about gratitude. I love it. I
It
love
is.
it. Love it. Love it. I wonder if we called Mark and Ethan if they'd say us first.
I think Ethan's still snoozing.
Let's call him.
Text me the number. I'll call him
I
up.
know, right? Call him. He probably wouldn't answer. He'd be like, WTD, I think I'm being tricked here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, no, what I could do is I could dial him up, and then while it's ringing, I pop it on, so then you talk to him, say, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
How are the kids? Those are our cats.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I'll say what I'm grateful for.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am. I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for everything. And not just it's easy to say some gratitude, and you're grateful for the time during Thanksgiving, which is when everybody talks about it. But throughout the year, and I love you like
Oh, I love
like a
you
mother and like a friend. You are my friend, and I'm grateful that you have trusted me as much as you possibly can with your business, not just Boston Connect Real Estate, but your
Everything.
clients. Now I'm exercising a part of my real estate brain that I don't usually do, but I'm just grateful for the education and everything that I've even gotten here in the past almost 9 years to
Wow.
be able to have that confidence to be like, oh yeah, this is how we do it. Like,
Yeah, I saw you the other day when we were talking, and you're like, "But I don't." And I go, "Yes, you do. Just
Yeah, I
go.
know.
Just go. I trust
like,
you.
"Oh,
Whatever
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
decide, I
whatever you
trust
decide."
you."
Yeah.
And you did it and got it done.
Yeah, and I would say, I'm grateful for Ethan and just being the best partner that I could imagine, and just grateful for I don't know, just being here and just life, really. And I'm grateful for my mom.
Yeah,
I
she
haven't
watched.
heard it.
Yeah, she watching your cats for you when
Yeah.
you went away.
Yeah, she did. She did. It's funny because I had this conversation with somebody the other day, and they were like, "Who watched your cats?" When I told them I went on vacation, I was like, "Oh, my mom," and she was actually she did a really great job. And she acted like she was on vacation. I think 'cause she got some time away from my brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she. I'm grateful for her, and I didn't have to. I mean, I'm a worrywart anyways, so I was worrying at first, and then day 2 or 3, I was like, all right, whatever, she's fine, she's got it.
She's got it. They're
She's got
cats.
it.
They're pretty resilient.
Yeah, I know. They take care of themselves, except they can't open the can of food for themselves. So that's need some assistance. But yeah,
They can't open it yet.
they
Yeah.
can't open it yet.
Yeah, give
They
'em
can't
time.
open the window. They can
Oh,
open
there
the
you go.
windows, so
Yep.
they'll get there.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Well, they open the blind, and then if it's cracked a little bit, they put their head in, and then they scooch it up. They use their head.
Do you have a cat too, Tim?
No, I grew up with cats in my house. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not my jam for sure. But which is weird to say because I have like a bulldog and a Frenchie, and they're not the most
Dogs
attractive.
and cats it's different because one plus to the dogs is there's no litter box.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
Yeah, but you got to bring them outside in the elements.
yeah.
And it's cold.
Yeah,
Well,
I
but
open the
sometimes they're
door.
smart though, and they'll be like, we don't have to go out right now. we can wait. It's all right. They kind of give you that look like, we don't have to go out. No.
That is so funny. It's almost like you're in my house with me. You open up the back door last night when it was raining, and Marley looked at me like, as if I think I don't have to go that bad.
hold it.
I'll hold
Yeah.
it. So, but all right. Well, throughout the show today, because I know that Anne is going to be calling in soon. Again, we have a special guest with us today, and we're very excited about it. We have Anne Barry Jolles, who is going to be joining us, and she, of course, is the founder of the Grace Trail. And she is the author of several, couple books, at least that I am aware of. And, this whole Grace Trail thing. I meant to grab mine and bring it with me here, but excuse me, I forgot to grab it. But throughout the show, if you're watching us on Facebook or if you're watching us on Instagram or YouTube and you want to send us a little message, feel free to do so because we can see your messages here in studio, and we will certainly give you, some kudos on that as well. So, all right. Has Anne called in yet?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, that's fine. All right. So what else do we talk about for this couple of minutes while we're waiting? No, I'm kidding. No, but I love the fact that you did bring it back to our clients because of course we're grateful for them and we're grateful for, their confidence in us throughout the year and stuff. And this is my favorite time too is, usually I'm running around this time of year with, pies and going to visit a lot of my clients and my past clients and saying, hi, just wanted to swing by, say hello, like, hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Of course, I think about a lot of them periodically throughout the year, but I love to do that. I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to do it this year just because I've been overloaded a little bit unless I have time on, I don't see it.
Not for the pies.
Not for the pies.
Not for the
No,
pies. But
no.
catch us at Christmas.
Yeah, maybe I'll have time in between there.
We have a fabulous event a week from today, sort of showing some gratitude to our clients. A lot of our agents here at Boston Connect Real Estate are participating in this event and have invited their clients. So if you have a Boston Connect Real Estate agent and you are interested in stopping by next Saturday,
How's
for
the
a very
attendance
special.
looking?
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
good. I don't know if we say it. Do we say what it is? I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, we have the big man from the North Pole
Yeah.
visiting us on Saturday. Yeah, we are very excited about that,
Yeah.
and we do that every year. We have Mark's 1936 Ford pickup truck out there.
And people talk about it all year round. That truck. Oh,
Yeah.
that truck that you put in front of you. Oh, and then Santa comes. So yeah, we have the big man coming all the way from the North Pole next Saturday to take pictures with our clients. So again, if you have an agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate, reach out to them and get some more information about that.
Definitely do that,
Yeah.
yeah. And then we have a professional photographer, Tracy Marino, is She's if people who are from Pembroke know that she is one of our select board members, but she's a friend of mine. She used to live across the street from me eons ago, and we have daughters the same age that rode the school bus together, and she has her own photography studio. So Tracy Marino Photography, if you are looking for someone to do some, family portraits and senior pictures and all that good stuff. So we're going to have her here doing pictures for us.
Awesome. Yeah. I believe we have a caller.
I believe we have a caller.
Yes, we do. The one you've been waiting for.
So exciting. Good morning, Anne. How are you? Oh, we can't hear her.
So try that again.
You can't.
Oh, I can hear you now. Hi, Anne. How are
That's
you?
good. I'm good, Sharon. How are you?
Good. You always sound happy. You have happy in your voice. You know that?
I work on that. I really work on that, and I think everyone can. I think we can all do a better job at, channeling happy with gratitude and, just processing all the craziness in the world, and not just like bottling it up inside, but really finding ways to get it out. And I guess that's why I'm here today, right?
Yeah, and you do.
To
You
share
just
that.
yeah, you just always have happy. Like you can hear, like if your voice could like walk, it would be skipping.
Oh, and,
Yeah.
and it's funny because I was thinking about you and I go back a long way. You helped me buy my house.
Yes, I have.
Yes. And it's just, when I was listening to the show here, you guys are always up to some great stuff at Boston Connect. I love it. You're always connecting people in the community and giving back. And I'm just very grateful for our connection. So, and I'm grateful for what you do.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm going to back up just a couple steps, though. I want you to give yourself a proper introduction. I told everybody, excuse me, of course, who you are. And
Yeah.
and I want to know, too, because I've said that I believe there's at least 2 books, right, that you've written, but I'm sure there are more.
Yeah.
But give everybody a little history on who you are and what you do.
Okay. And, it's always a tough thing to do because I could probably go on for 3 hours. Sharon.
Give us
do
the
I start
shorter,
way
the
back?
shorter version.
Do I start way back 24 years ago, or do I? Okay, so I'm Anne Jolles, and I created the Grace Trail. And I didn't mean to. That sounds funny, but I really didn't mean to. It happened in 2000 when I was struggling in my life, and these 5 beautiful words and wonderful questions came to me. And, you can listen to my TEDx talk called Cracking the Grace Code to hear the whole story because I don't have much time. But it evolved into a process where I started asking the 5 words, which are an acronym for grace. G is gratitude, R is release, A is accept, C is challenge, and E is embrace, as in embrace the possibilities. So in a very difficult time, I heard myself saying I needed to step into a state of grace. Believe it or not, I saw those 5 words. I think they were given to me. And then I started asking the 5 questions that naturally flow from it. And that is, even though life's really difficult, what can I be grateful for? And I'd answer it. Release. What do I need to release to move forward in my life? Acceptance. What do I need to accept in my life? And that's always a hard one for me. C is challenge. How do I want to challenge myself to move forward? And E is what can I embrace as possible? I found during that difficult time, every time I asked those questions, I felt better. And my husband said one night, let's go walk Grace together. And that's where the Grace Trail started. We started walking around the block every night for an entire summer during a really difficult period in our life. And every time we did it, we felt better. And, it gave us a conversation and words and questions to help us walk out of our pain. And since that time, I've shared it with thousands. So I decided when my son was in Afghanistan to actually put it out on a trail. So you're in this story, Sharon, because I bought the house in Plymouth with you.
Yeah.
And that's how the Grace Trail started. I don't think Grace Trail would ever be if I didn't live in such an inspirational spot as in Plymouth. And I decided I wanted to share the grace questions and the grace words, and I put them out on a trail in Plymouth. and I didn't own the land, but I went down to the beach.
I remember that topic, by the way. You're like, what do you think if I do this? I was like, I do it until they say you can't, I guess. And remember, people were taking the rocks as well, right? They were like almost like hidden
Oh,
treasures, right? Because you would write
oh my
the words
God.
on them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd write the words and the questions on these big beach rocks. I put them down on this beautiful seaside trail, and I put up maps, and I fully expected people to say, get your rocks off our trail, and they never did. They embraced grace in the most. Plymouth has been so gracious and wonderful in welcoming the Grace Trail, and this is where it all started. And it's funny because this is America's, hometown, and this is the Grace Trail's home base too, and it's so amazing. So,
You know what's
so that
interesting?
trail.
Yeah, and
What?
I'm just going to
So,
stop you for one thing, and I don't know if you heard
yes,
me a
please
little
do.
bit earlier. Is I had said, just going through the process with my dad last year with dementia, and it's been very so many levels of it, and now I'm sort of looking at
Mm-hmm.
life as if this didn't happen to me, it happened for me, so I can be better for others, and it really
Yep.
is taking form, and it almost sounds like that's how the Grace Trail started with you and John just walking around the block, and then when your son went to Afghanistan, even like
Yeah.
that didn't happen to you, it happened for you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that takes a while for you to be able to get that attitude. You know what I'm saying? But I agree now. You know what I mean? Looking
Hmm.
back, I agree now. That's one of the things about the Grace Trail is it helps you process. And when you hear people say it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. When you're in the middle of the pain, you get mad at them.
Oh yeah.
You're like, how can they say that to me? So it's a process that like inch by inch, you get to walk towards better in your life by asking these 5 questions. Whether you're on a trail, whether you're at work, whether you're at your kitchen counter, you can ask these 5 questions for yourself and see if it makes you feel better. Because it is the thousands of people across the country, and the amazing thing is, it happened here in Plymouth. It originated here. I got the inspiration here, and this is where it started. And I don't know if you know this or not, but last month, Plymouth and I installed together 300-pound boulders. We replaced those little ocean stones that have been stolen for 12 years with 300-pound boulders. I had to make them big enough so no one could steal them,
That's what I
Sharon.
was going to say. No one's taking those new ones that you have there for sure. I
No,
did see that on
no.
the news. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
they couldn't fit. They can't fit those in their SUV, and people can go to gracetrail.com and see the videos and the news coverage of the Plymouth Trail opening. It's really amazing. So when you ask the question, what can I embrace as possible, which is the last Grace Trail question, right? I never thought in 2000, when I was basically out of gas in my kitchen, just with so many life challenges, and this came to me, did I ever embrace the possibility that I'd be sitting on this phone talking to you and looking out and seeing this beautiful trail? It's beyond belief, and that's why I love the embrace the possibility question, because it's where you get to invite your imagination out for a walk. That's what I like to say. Don't edit it. Don't judge yourself. Just start walking, and it could be metaphorically, like I said, at work, at your desk. Just start thinking what's possible in this moment, and get rid of all the negative self-doubt and horrible talk that we do inside, and just imagine the possibilities. Because I'll tell you, I never imagined this could be.
Mm.
Um,
And it's interesting when you were talking about embrace in particular, it just reminds me
yeah.
of, the difference of like hope and belief, right? You're not hoping
Uh-huh.
for something, right? You believe, when you believe it, it's like that embrace to me when you were just saying that, that's what just resonated with me, is like, I'm just going to embrace the possibilities of, what this is.
Right, right. And I love to say, one of the little stones I put out near the embrace stone is I write on the beach stone, little inspirational rocks. I'll write, ask, believe, receive. And by that I mean, if you're wondering about the possibilities in your life, ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
Put it out there to the universe. Put it out to whoever you think can help. Just put it out there. Voice it. Get it out. Ask for what you want. Ask for what you're hoping for. Doesn't mean it's going to come delivered with a red bow, but put it out there that that's your intention. And then believe. Believe you're worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Believe you are worth it to dream, and believe your dream is worth it. And the last one is receive. Get out of the way. See what the universe brings. See who shows up. Most of us miss those moments. Most of us are too busy with our to-do lists and everything else to notice the grace that's showing up in our lives. Sometimes it's small. Sometimes it's huge and knocks you off your feet. But ask, believe, and receive. And that's what you're talking about is just having the trust and the faith in the universe that you can find your way. You can make different choices.
Don't you believe for the most part it actually doesn't show up with the red bow? It would be too obvious. And the best things in life are worth, like, you don't have the rainbow without the rain. There's so many different analogies, right? It's,
Right.
I think it doesn't come with the red bow. So I think it's sort of, you have to sort of look at it. You have to find it, right?
You have to find it. You do two things. You look for it and find it as it is trying to find you. So it's two forces. One is being open to the possibility that this could happen, and the other is really believing that, grace does show up. Grace matters. And like I say, grace happens here. You just believe it. And, it's pretty amazing. You said something a little earlier. You said something about hope and possibility, or I forget exactly what you said. But I like to say to people, I'll ask you, do you know the difference between hope and optimism? Because that's what you're talking about, is what's the difference between hope and optimism? And the difference between hope and optimism is hope has a plan. So when so I'm a cancer survivor, and when I got my diagnosis, it was devastating. Even if I had an optimistic attitude, that's not hope. My hope came when I got to the God Squad, the doctors, and they gave me a plan. And thank God they were able to, surgically, whatever needed to be done. And my hope comes when I have a plan, when I actually can see the way to a better future and believe that future's out there. And that's what happens when you ask the 5 Grace Trail questions. You go from gratitude, release, accept, challenge. That's where the hope happens for me is, how do I need to challenge myself? Do I believe that I have the power and the strength? Do I believe I have the agency to create challenges of my choice to move in the direction that I want to go instead of feeling like I'm being dragged by life? That makes sense?
Yeah, it really does too. And one thing I want to say is to our WATD listeners, if you would like to sort of, ask Anne any questions, or if you want to sort of, just give, part of this conversation, call us 781-837-4900, or like Matt, who texted earlier, you can also text that number, and Tim will let us know what your questions are, 781-837-4900. As you were talking, and I was thinking about, the hope aspect of everything. It's funny with this word grace and the gratitude and accepting it. I sort of lost my train of thought, and it was really good at that time, but I'll have to get back to it because now I've completely lost it. Sorry. Embracing. Yeah. It's really about embracing it. And, I know what I was going to say. It's almost like embracing it to me means, hey, I just know with everything in my soul that everything that I'm going through or whatever, there has to be a reason for it, right? And I know when times are low, and I was actually thinking about Melissa because she's sitting right next to me, and I want her to partake in this conversation is, when you were looking for the house, and I'll bring this into sort of something that's a little more concrete, you were looking for the house,
okay.
And she was getting depressed, and she was getting that anxiety about it, and then it was almost like as soon as she released it, the house came. The same thing with, she was out in the dating world, and she didn't love it. She just didn't like it. She didn't like doing that. And you know what? She released it. And as soon as she released it, Ethan came into her life. It's almost like as soon as you let go of the things that are holding you down, it brings you up.
Yeah.
Well, hi, Melissa.
Hi.
Talking?
Yeah. I was going to say 32 was a big year for me when I was 32.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I found a house, and I bought my first house, and I fell in love. 32. Yeah, but yeah, I think, and I agree, Sharon, and I think a lot of it comes from, I think I wanted things so badly that it was like blocking or clouding my ability to actually get them. I just had to release it and say, you know what? If it's supposed to happen, it will happen. And instead of we see that a lot with buyer fatigue when buyers are looking for a home for a long time. It's if you're not in the game, you don't you don't win it. So just keep going through, keep
Trust the process.
Yeah,
I think trust is a big part of it, right? And
It definitely is. It definitely is. And it's funny. You were saying that you were blocking it, and until you could release it. See, I have a little different perspective on that, and that is when you're blocking it, and when you're really stuck. You're not attracting what you want. You're not. Those things are not being attracted to you in the universe, and so letting go not only makes room for other things to enter your life, but it also, I think, changes your frequency in the world when you've let go of the things that, all the battles you can't win, right? You've been dragging them around like a big boulder. All of a sudden you put it down and say, I can't control that, so I'm not going to fight it anymore. And all of a sudden your frequency goes up. Sharon says she hears happiness in my voice. I bet you your voice was happier. And I bet you started to attract positive things into your life. So it's really twofold. And the first one is let it go, put it down, stop fighting battles you can't win, making room for other things, and then attracting them. And notice when they show up. The 5 grace words, like I said, they were given to me. They have a magic order. I challenge your radio listeners. Ask the 5 Grace Trail questions every day for a week, and see how you feel. See how you feel, because most people say they immediately feel some sort of release, clarity. They get to reframe their thoughts. You get to redirect your energies and to focus on what matters most to you. And does that make sense?
it does. And so when my girls were younger, and if you could believe this, they're 30 and almost 29 now. So
Oh, I believe it.
yep, it goes by fast. But I did teach CCD at St. Joseph's, and when they were younger, and I remember one of the exercises I did with them was about keeping a gratitude journal. And I really do think that really does help, because at the end of the day, when you can think about what you're grateful for, and they struggled with it at first, and of course they were 7th and 8th graders at the time, like the whole class, and I just said, just everything. I said, when you put your feet on the ground in the morning, like if you have a pair of slippers there, are you grateful for those slippers? When you walk into the bathroom, I was like, are you grateful for your toothbrush, and the toothpaste that you have? There's so many things to be grateful for, but when you start putting those little things down, and then it's amazing how I watched them transform week after week after week. It was the little things. It was the toothbrush. It was the toothpaste. It was the clean towel when they got out of the shower. But then as I saw the weeks go, it were bigger things, and they were opening up to, I actually love my little sister. I'm grateful for my little sister, my little brother, my mother, my father, the bigger things in life that matter. So I feel like when you can clear, appreciate the small things, it helps you clear the clutter in front of the bigger things.
Yeah.
No
it's
question.
The little things in life.
And that's why, definitely, that's why I'm so glad that this whole grace process begins with the letter G, because it's so wonderful to ask the first question of what am I grateful for? Because when you focus on what's going right in your life, your whole chemistry inside your body changes. It goes from stress hormones to actually hormones that elevate your spirit, and it goes throughout your body and relaxes you, and you see the world differently from that place. And I don't mean to go around like, a happiness freak. It's nice in the moment to look around and say, what am I grateful for throughout your day? It also trains your brain to stop looking at all the catastrophes and all the blaming of others and all feeling like a victim, and it gets you your power back to, okay, those things are true, but what's going right? What is going right in your life? And it's a beautiful way to start the whole Grace Trail process.
And what a great
It changes
time,
the answers to the other questions. Excuse me, what?
It's such a great time too for, yeah, I mean, you've been doing this for years, obviously, but like to be able to have this, tool in your toolbox when, the world has
Right.
been a little crazy the past few years, right? Like it has been
Yeah. Yep.
stressful. I see it in
Yep.
real estate,
Yep.
the market has been reckless. I feel bad for first time home buyers. Like,
Right.
and for a person like me who likes to sort of, I don't want to say I want to control everything, but I want to certainly have some control and be able to help people through that
Right.
process. So, and
Mm-hmm.
we only, oddly, it goes by fast. We only have like 8 minutes left here. I definitely want to
Okay.
make sure that, I know you have now Grace Trails that are popping up throughout the country, I hear. And
That's right.
I
That's
also
right.
want you to have the
Yep.
opportunity to talk about the Grace Trail because I have like the Grace Trail box and the rocks and all of that.
Yes.
Because as you were
Yes.
talking, what a nice thing that might be is to lay out the grace letter, like the words,
Yep.
and every
Yep.
morning when you go take one off your nightstand and say that's the one that's in my pocket today I'm going to release all those negative thoughts, or today I'm going to be
Right.
grateful for this. But you tell everybody how to
Right.
do it because it's
All right. I will. So first of all, so it grew from this tiny little trail that no one knew about way back when. I now have 10 licensed trails across the country. I have 3 in Massachusetts, one at UMass Boston. I have it at BID Plymouth Hospital, and then the one right here in the town of Plymouth. 2 in Connecticut, 1 on an elementary school, 2 in Wisconsin, and I have 3 in Texas on a 100-acre horse farm. So the Grace Trails now, I have a 50-state initiative. I would love a Grace Trail at least in every state, at least one. And we honor what the intention of those trails are. So each Grace Trail is unique. And people can go to the website and they can fill out a questionnaire if they'd like to hear more about it. Because I want to tell you also how I think Grace Trails can increase property values. But before I go there,
it's sort of like a St. Joseph statue.
yeah. So, but before I go there, I do want to tell people who can't get to a Grace Trail because there's only 10 of them that are permanently installed across the United States. I now have I call them trail kits. So I have everything from the little kit that you're talking about, Sharon, that you can hold a stone in your hand. So I like to put grace right within people's grasp, I call it. I have a little trail kit called a mini kit, and that people can purchase on my website, as well as we just created something called a trail in a box. We took those 5 questions, those 5 words, and we put them on signs, and we put them in a kit, an envelope that we can mail to you. So you can do exactly what Sharon is saying. Hang them up in your house. We just had a woman on YouTube who did a unboxing, and she has them right in her bedroom. She has the 5 signs: gratitude, release, accept, challenge, and embrace. So as soon as she gets up in the morning, she walks the Grace Trail. And so it's called Your Trail Kit. And we can mail those out. They make great gifts. They make great I just sold a bulk order to a hospital who wants to give them out at a fundraiser.
Nice.
So they make great gifts. They make great fundraisers. And you know what? If you buy them in time for the holiday, you can change the discussion at your holiday table. You can start asking the 5 questions, and instead of all the shallow talk, you'll start talking about what matters most. And then, of course, the last way.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish.
I was just going to say, the last way is if you want a custom trail, that's a licensed trail. I'd love to see them on the rooftops of corporations. I'd love them in every school. I mean, Grace Trail can go everywhere. So go on.
And that's what I was going to say, actually, when you were talking about the schools, because I remember my youngest, Mackenzie, went to St. Michael's up in Vermont, and they had like this rock garden, and they had all these stones in there with different, words, and you would just pick up the words and put them, wherever you wanted in that stone. So that might be a nice place for you to reach out to all of all of the schools. And I know you already have some
Right.
in Texas, but my daughter Mackenzie just moved to Dallas, and she works for the University of Texas, Dallas, and she is the director of health and wellness there. So I am going to talk
Holy
to
cow.
I'm going to talk to her about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, 28 years old, she got that job, and I'm super super proud of her. And
Oh, you should be.
yeah. And then the other thing I
Yeah.
was thinking, and I'm
Yeah.
always full of ideas, right? I'm the idea person. You
That's
know
why
what?
I love you. I love you. Yep.
This would be so fun, and I'm happy to be your first contestant. And if you haven't done this
Okay.
before, but have you, you go like, remember those painting parties, right? Where, maybe a bunch of friends would get together and they paint, on a canvas. How great would it be if you told everybody to come with 5 rocks and you paint the grace trail, you make your own grace trail while you're hanging out with your friends, and then it's specific to you and how you decorate them.
Right.
What a great idea.
It sounds like it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we do that? Boston Connect
Let's
and
do
Grace
it.
Trail. Let's do that this spring. Let's really,
Yeah.
rock out. We'll be rock stars with everybody.
I think that we should definitely do that. I think it would be fun, getting together with your friends, and it might be a nice thing to do in the new year, right? Like, because spring market, by the way, is a little busy for us.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe, if we did it at the beginning of the year when things, people are putting together their goal boards and all that. So we will
Let's
definitely,
brainstorm.
we will
Yeah,
definitely
let's do
brainstorm
that.
on that. We have 2 minutes left, though, so I need you to give
Okay.
everybody your contact information so they can get in touch
Okay.
with you and they can embrace the Grace Trail.
Okay. I'd love to invite everyone to my website, gracetrail.com, and there they can find my 3 products, and you can certainly get them in time for the holidays, whatever you want in your hand, the little envelope or whatever you want, it's all there. You can also see all the amazing media I've gotten, Channel 5, Channel 4, NPR. It's all on my website. You can catch up with Grace Trail. Please sign up for my newsletter, Tales from the Trail. And we're collecting stories. So people like Sharon McNamara it's going to be one of the first people that I interview for YouTube, because we're going to be telling Grace Trail stories on my YouTube channel. So go to my website, connect on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Please, I need you. I need you all to help me to keep Grace Trail going and alive and bringing the joy and healing and hope across the country. That's my mission.
That's your mission,
I
and
need
you
your
know
help.
what? I am
Yep.
happy to be one of your disciples if I can bring a little of the Catholic girl into me again. So I am happy to always bring you and help you wherever I can, for sure. And thank you so much to
you,
all of our
Anne.
WATD listeners. I hope
Thank
that you
too.
enjoyed listening to Anne Jolles. She, like I said, I call her my friend. She is a wonderful person. You can hear the skipping in her voice, and she wants to bring that to all of you. So make sure you go and find her. If you can't, you can find all of the information on bostonconnect.com. Go to our past shows. We'll have her show up on Monday at talkrealestateroundtable.com. Tim, I'm grateful for you as well, and I hope you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You as well.
Bye, everybody.
everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yay. Jinx. Owe me a Coke or something, right?
I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood